Police in Quebec are being accused of using undercover agents to provoke violence outside the North American Leaders Summit in Montebello, Quebec, earlier this week. Police are not commenting on the matter, but protest organizers say they have the video evidence to prove it. They claim officers acted as masked demonstrators who attempted to stir up the crowd at a legitimate protest and went way ahead or beyond their duty to keep the peace. CTV's David Aiken reports.
These protesters are not yelling at the lines of uniformed police officers. They're yelling at what they say are three undercover officers dressed up like them.
Come on, it's our line! Bugger off to your line!
A protest leader is worried the three will get violent.
Put the rock down, man! Put the rock down!
The three refuse to identify themselves.
These three guys are cops, everybody!
Other protesters say they are provocateurs trying to start a riot.
They want us to be aggressive with them.
Trapped, the three push back and then try to bust the police line and are arrested.
Now, all of that happened on Monday. 2 days later, the Quebec police force refuses to comment on the incident. If anybody was arrested, no police agency is releasing their names or even confirming the arrests. Union officials say that's proof the three were police officers or their agents.
In a free and democratic society, people have the right to peacefully protest something they don't like.
Police routinely plant undercover officers at demonstrations, mostly to learn about routes protesters will use or to determine if there are any weapons. Information police say they need to ensure everyone's safety. This retired officer is skeptical the three were police officers. He says in his 25 years of policing protests, he's never seen undercover officers act in such a clumsy and dangerous manner.
I'm finding it very difficult to believe that any police commander for any police service would ever sanction that kind of an intelligence operation.
No. Put the rock down, man. Put the rock down. Hey. Put the rock down. This is our line. Get out of town. Cops out of town.
Communications, Energy and Paper Workers Union President Dave Coles was confronting these three masked men with rocks and bottles and accusing them of being police officers. You can see from this footage that they were intent on starting a riot. Watch as the gloved hand of one of these provocateurs hits a member of the riot squad in the face mask. Now watch as he changes hands with the rock and then bangs it into a riot shield. These masked men were attempting to violently disrupt an otherwise peaceful protest. They were breaking the law and violating the constitutionally guaranteed rights of the protesters.
They're trying to create a riot so that they can suck us all in to get beat up.
They're people off.
How do you know? I stopped him, looked him in his eye and said, "You're a cop, aren't you?" And his eye just glazed right up. I tried to take his mask off, we took it off. We got pictures. They're provocateurs.
The action of these three masked men and the reaction of the riot squad was highly suspect, but ultimately it was the matching boots that gave the provocateurs away. That night I posted the footage on YouTube. For the next 4 days, it was a national and international news story. The Sûreté de Quebec denied any involvement, but on the fourth day, they finally admitted it was their officers.
As we confirmed yesterday, the three people in question were indeed Sûreté de Quebec police officers performing their duties.
These three guys are cops, everybody!
Busted. 3 Quebec provincial police officers, identities masked, one carrying a huge rock.
Hey, put the rock down!
Nabbed for infiltrating a peaceful protest at Montebello. The tip-off came from a union leader who noticed riot police standing by despite the obvious weapon. He accused the men of being undercover cops trying to provoke a riot and end the protest. The men were removed but never charged. After 2 days of questions, the Sûreté de Québec issued a news release late today confirming, yes, the men are police officers, but denying they were agents provocateurs, claiming they were sent in to identify and stop trouble. They say the police refused to throw stones, committed no crime, and were there to maintain order and security.
Wait a second. This is not a proper use of police resources, and we should be setting guidelines.
Activists have argued for years that police try to thwart their legal right to protest by trying to incite aggression so they can move in and take protesters away. They say they do it even when demonstrators gather in a designated area, as these mostly unionists were in Montebello.